The human being, a creativity machine. The journey of exploration into our creativity revealed that from a creativity perspective, the human being is a marvelous creativity machine. It allows us to take energy we sense to create thoughts from the energy and transform or convert that thought and energy we experience into actions in the world. It is analogous to the way an electric motor converts the electrical energy flowing out of the generating station to be used in our house to run our appliances. Before we proceed, here it needs to be remembered that the focus of this recording is directed at empowering our creativity and our creative imagination and uses the creativity perspective. Some of the concepts presented are analogies and serve a pedagogical purpose. One should not assume they are exactly the way creation works, but are effective for our creativity and the exploration of our creativity and of creation. Although these concepts may be used literally in some situations, you are encouraged to see them symbolically. A machine is a device that makes work easier. Machines help us to do work expending less energy and force. Similarly, machines assist in converting one form of energy into another. We can talk about mechanical energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy, solar energy, and the like. We can convert one into another, most often with some type or kind of machine. To create is to bring something into the world. What we bring into the world can run the spectrum of something which is just a copy of something that currently exists or something never previously existing and totally original. What we create and bring into the world can be an experience or an object. The human being with its human body can take the energy we sense and through its creative imagination create a thought, then convert that thought into some type or kind of action and physical experience in the world. Creatively, the way the human being is designed is it creates automatically. The body gives us the ability to create material forms starting from the formless energy which gives rise to the starting thought. It gives us the ability to create thoughts out of a seemingly nothing and manifest them in physical creation as an object or an experience. Without awareness on our part, we sense the energy of creation, generate thoughts about what we sense, and then connect on that thought. We do this all the time. It makes creating much easier in that we do not have to think about it. We just do it automatically based on our previous experiences and the habits we have created. For actions we can take in the physical world, we can create a habit with our body. A habit is simply a pattern which we create through repetition that moves into and will arise from our unconscious. The habit can be thoughts, behaviors, emotional patterns, or ways of perceiving and responding to events in our life. Before we create the habit, we have to think about what we do. For example, if we learn to play a musical instrument or to type on a computer keyboard, we must first practice until our body remembers how to play the individual notes or type a given letter. Then we can automatically play the musical instrument or type on the computer keyboard, and we can use the focus of our creative imagination on creating music or surfing the net on the keyboard. We are very good at creating habits. In creating habits, we do not have to think about what we do. Habits are about responding without awareness. The body contains unconscious memories of all the experience it has had. These memories in turn bias how we interpret what we see. We can also create habits of the mind. With the creativity perspective at the simplest level, our thoughts can be seen as our mind characterizing, describing, or otherwise somehow explaining the energy we perceive at some level of our being. Whether that thought is experienced as an idea, an image, a vision, or awareness of knowing something without really being able to explain what is known doesn't matter. The thought is simply our mind playing with the energy we experience. In this regard, thoughts are simply our consciousness at play with energy our consciousness experiences. It is here we create habits of the mind. The mind's characterization is based upon mind converting the energy we sense into thoughts through our creative imagination. Our creative imagination bases its characterization on what we think, believe, the experiences we have had in this and previous existences, our current environment, how we have focused our attention and awareness, and our underlying intention which we hold with some passion, desire, or will to make happen. Each of these aspects that mind uses to characterize the energy we experience, if unchanged, holds how we characterize the energy fixed. This results in experiencing a fixed way of thinking and perceiving. Mind generates thoughts continually, but little attention is given to where they come from or why we keep thinking the same things. we need to realize there is a lot of clutter in our mind from the past, and it's about how our mind is focused to use or not use that clutter, and how we choose to act on our thoughts. To change our perspective, it is usually necessary to remove the clutter that is in our mind that does not really serve us. What needs to be understood is from the earliest age, our body and mind becomes programmed with many habits. Many of these habits we will carry all our life unless we become aware of them and choose to change them. The memories and habits we have keep calling us back to the past. In essence, we recreate the past in a new way, or we are creating the future in the image of the past, however we wish to look at it, rather than creating something truly new and not previously seen or experienced. To become a conscious creator and deal with creating new creations not previously experienced, we must move past the machine-like functions and understand the deeper relationship between consciousness and energy. It's about being a creativity machine versus becoming a conscious creator, using the machine and dealing with creating new creations not previously experienced. Our greatest challenge is to awaken and become aware of exactly how we are creating our life. This requires us to start paying attention. We need to pay attention to many of the unconscious and programmed actions we take in life. Although why we respond the way we do may be unconscious, our response to the experience we have points to what is in our unconscious and can be made conscious. Being present is about breaking out of the automatic response and to become consciously aware of what actions we are taking. It's about being present to what we feel, to become aware of what the energy of the situation is being asked of us in the moment and how we respond to that energy. But to do so, we need to become open to feeling. The recommendation is to choose to become aware and set the intention to become aware. Then, in the way of your choosing, do something to energize and catalyze that intention. Catalyzing and energizing an intention is about first establishing clarity of intention. Clarity of intention includes pulling the string to understand why you want to become aware and step outside being a creativity machine and running on automatic. Do you wish to become aware solely for ego needs and wants, or is it more about following one's creative passion versus the programming, or is it about becoming more responsive and attentive to the needs of others? Then, with that clarity of your intention, do some type of action with some passion to create a memory in both your mind and your body to remember the commitment you make. It is not just saying, I choose to become aware of my response to life. It involves taking some action. What you do would be unique to who you are. You could do some sort of ritual to demonstrate to yourself your commitment to the intention. The action you take would involve your intention, literally or symbolically, your mind, some actions of your body, and something you feel passionate about that you feel the commitment. You could create an affirmation, but it may be the way you say the affirmation in a way that engages the body and your passion. Similarly, you could look to reprogram yourself. But again, what kind of action you take that also involves the body and your passion. Relative to taking some type of action relative to your intention, you may go somewhere to observe or experience something with the purpose to see what arises as the programmed and automatic response. Then observe what other options you have in how you respond. What you do is your choice. The key is you take some type of action to create a memory in both your mind and your body, accompanied by a feeling of your commitment. Your creative imagination is more than capable to handle the task.